Sounds terrible. So I actually tuned my guitar wrong on purpose today so that we could use it as an example of a really common tuning mistake. Let's get started. Have you ever tuned your guitar and then played it and realized that it just sounds terrible? I actually see this happen a lot with people that are new to playing guitar. Chances are you probably just tuned a note or two to the wrong note, and this can be pretty easily fixed. To help us kind of understand what's gone wrong and how to avoid this in the future, we're going to take a close look at a digital tuner and how it works. In this example today, I'm going to be using a Snark Super Tight. This is the tuner that I've been using in my studio for the last 7 years. It's a pretty good tuner. I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to get one on Amazon. If you happen to have a different tuner, different digital tuner, the screen may look a little bit different, but the principles are the same and you should be able to figure out with this tutorial. When you're looking at an electronic guitar tuner, there are two things that you need to pay attention to. First, when you strike the string, the note that you're tuning should show up on the screen. Second, you should pay attention to the meter, which is in this case directly above the note, and that will show whether the note is flat, in tune, or sharp. It's super important to pay close attention to both of these details. If you fail to, your tuning's going to get messed up. For example, the most common mistake that I see is students getting tunnel vision and only focusing on the meter. They tune all of their strings but fail to notice what note they actually tune their strings to. In most cases, they end up with a few strings tuned to the wrong notes. Then their guitar just sounds terrible. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I tuned my guitar wrong on purpose. And now we're going to use it as an example of how to troubleshoot a tuning. So before we get started, you need to recall the note names of a standard tuning or whatever tuning it is you're trying to accomplish. For the purposes of this video, however, we're going to use a standard tuning. So looking at your guitar, starting with the 6th string, the bass string, and moving down to the 1st string, the note names are E, A, D, G, B, and E. Next thing to do is actually just strap a tuner on your guitar, turn it on, and then check the individual strings and make sure each string is tuned to the proper note. Usually I would just do that right here, but for the purposes of this video, I want you to get a nice view of the headstock and this digital screen to see what's going on. So I'm going to put my guitar on a stand. We're going to get a close up. So I'm just going to take a quick look at this screen while I'm striking each string and make sure that each string is tuned correctly. I'm going to start in the same order that we did last time, starting with the 6th string. So we can see that that's a C sharp. The 5th string is an A. The 4th string is a D sharp. The 3rd string is a G. The 2nd string is a C. And the 1st string is an E. So from this analysis, we can see that the 6th string, the 4th string, and the 2nd strings are incorrect. So we know that these notes need to be fixed, but a lot of times as a new guitar player, we may not know which way to turn the tuners to correct the tuning. It's actually pretty easy to figure this out if we just look at the musical alphabet, which is A, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. See, I was actually thinking pretty hard there, making sure I didn't mess it up. Anyways, note real fast, I left out the flats on purpose to keep things simple. Also, most digital tuners only use sharps anyway. If we take the musical alphabet and we put it into a chart format, it's actually really easy to visualize what needs to be done. If you're moving forward in the alphabet, you're moving sharp or upward in music. To get a note to move upward, we have to tighten the string. If you're moving backwards in the alphabet, you're moving flat or downward in music. To get a note to move downward, you loosen the string. So all we have to do is consider the note that our string is currently tuned to and the note that's correct. The 6th string on my guitar, for example, is tuned to the note, if I pluck the note here, it's tuned to the note C sharp currently, and we need it to be an E. This means I need to move upward in the musical alphabet. I need to tighten my string. I'm just going to actually, all I'm going to do is just start tightening this string until I see the note E pop up here in my in my tuner. Once that shows up as an E, then I'll fine tune it a bit. So I'll go ahead and just get it right in the green here. Right, so now my 6th string is fixed. The other one that was wrong was the, looks like I had a D sharp on the 4th string, my D string. We needed, if you look at the musical alphabet, we needed to go actually backwards in the musical alphabet. In other words, I need to loosen the string until it becomes a D instead of a D sharp. So if you're looking here, I just need that tic-tac-toe thing right there to disappear. It's half step sharp right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm just gonna pluck this note and loosen the tuner up until I see that little tic-tac-toe disappear, or that hashtag or sharp symbol, that's what I call it. And then I'm gonna fine tune it up a bit. So whenever something's sharp, I like to go down below and then work my way back up to it a bit. There we go, now it's tuned. Now the last string that I had that was not correct on my guitar was the 2nd string, which is this one here. If we pluck it here, you'll see that it's a C, and I need it to be a B. So I'm gonna be moving once again backwards in the musical alphabet. I need to go down, I need to loosen this string until it becomes a B. And so I'm gonna just loosen this up until I see a B show up. There it is. And then I'm gonna just fine tune it a bit, come down below a little bit, and work my way back up. And then it is set. Now, whenever your guitar is like this far out of tune, I highly recommend that after you fix the notes that are incorrect, that you go back and you just kind of do a fine tuning all the way through your guitar, because the wood's moving quite a bit. So I'm gonna do that real fast. So you'll see there my E was actually kind of sharp. Okay. Now you've got a nicely tuned guitar. Have fun learning.